Hello FlossTube, welcome to my latest video. My name is Charlotte and you have reached my channel. Now, if you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Returning subscribers will have seen that I have actually had a bit of a name change on my channel. I used to be Clue Cross Stitching and I've just changed that up a little bit, so over the last, because it's been 5 weeks since I last recorded, it changed from Clue Cross Stitching to Clue Cross Stitching High Heeled Stitcher, and now it's just Clue High Heeled Stitcher. People that have watched my videos before and have been with me for a while, you will know that I have quite a nice collection of funky shoes, funky high-heeled shoes from Irregular Choice. And the plan is obviously going forward that I interpret that a little bit into my videos, because my plan is that I'm going to have a bookshelf behind me in my craft room, because I'm recording in my craft room today, in my new house. That yes, there behind me there will be a bookshelf and I will display all my shoes on the bookshelf, and it's just a little bit easier to grab them when I'm going out to work. So just grab the shoes, put them on and go, because they're not just for show, I do wear them. So yes, they're just behind me, still in their boxes because I haven't got anywhere to display them. As you can see, Scar from The Lion King is currently sat on the Irregular Choice boxes. He is a new addition. He is a Build-A-Bear Scar. So I got him in the last few weeks. And if you press his paw, he does sing the Be Prepared song from The Lion King. I obviously can't press it because of copyright and all that, but he does sing Be Prepared, the original animated version, not the new live action. Anyway, that was my waffle of name change and shoes. So hopefully, maybe not next video, but soon, I will have the bookshelf with said shoes. So with that, let's get life update and then we'll move into the stitching. So, life update. I'm recording in my craft room for the first time to see how it goes. Hopefully it's not too bad. I am looking a little bit red, but I think it's just the camera. If I keep looking over here, that's where my computer screen is, or the laptop is, and that's where my notes are. Life update. The main thing going on at the moment is Dara and I are getting married. Yay! We have been together 11.5 years. We obviously recently just brought this house together. Before that we were renting for about 4 years. We've just been together for a very long time, and I decided that it was time, because when we started, I originally started saving a few years ago to get married, but then that money sort of got repurposed into the deposit for the house, because we felt that the house was more important than a wedding. So that is the plan. We've been engaged for years and years, because obviously we got together very, very young. very young. I just turned 17 and I'm 29 in 6 days, so we've been together a long time. And when you're young, you don't think, oh yeah, let's just get married. So after about 6 months of being together, he proposed. It wasn't romantic, it was in my living room at the time, my mum's living room at the time. So, and yeah, young, dumb. So it's been a very long engagement, but we're finally actually doing it. We've booked the hotel. I've got my wedding dress. Yeah, I've got my wedding dress. We are getting married in May next year, the 4th of May. May the 4th be with you. Yes, yes. There is a reason for that, mostly because Daryl loves Star Wars. I'm not a fan of Star Wars, but I love the characters. I don't like the movies, but I like the merchandise and the characters and that. So, and another reason why I wanted the 4th of May is because of the shoes. I have a regular choice Star Wars shoes and they are going to be my wedding shoes. I've had them for years and it was always, I'm going to wear these for my wedding, I'm going to wear these for my wedding, and it was all very much, everyone's just like, no, yeah, I am wearing these for my wedding. They're currently in the spare room. I am not getting them out as of yet. They will be on the bookshelf at some point when that's all done. Yes, very exciting. That I think that's mostly the main life update. The last 2 weeks I've been house and cat sitting my friend's cat, so I haven't been actually in my house for the last 2 weeks. Came back on Saturday. Oh, today is Monday the 21st of September. So, yeah, came back Saturday after 2 weeks of looking after the cat in the house, which is one of the main reasons why I haven't done a video sooner. So, I'm hoping this isn't going to be a long video, but if it is, I do apologise. You may want to go get a drink. I have one in my brand new mug, which I am sure Claire Seaside Stitcher will appreciate, and it is this, the Prancing Pony, which is a pub in Bree in Lord of the Rings. So it's a nice big mug and I love it so much. I wanted this for Christmas a few years ago when I saw it, and when Dara went to buy it, it sold out everywhere, so I obviously didn't get it, but then I saw it on EMP the other week and I went, yeah, no, I'm having that, I wanted that. So that's my new mug and life update. So shall we get into the stitching? We will go with finishes. I have had 2 finishes in the last 5 weeks. And if you've watched me before, you will know that I am trying very hard to get a stocking done for my work colleague Nikki. It's not, neither of the finishes are those, it is the stocking, unfortunately. The first one is this. It's Kaleidoscope B by KLT Charting, and I will put up a picture of where it was last time. Last time I had most of the body done, one of the wings, and I just needed to finish a little bit on his little butt and his other wing. So that is my finish. This is stitched on 16 count hand dyed Ada. Yes, yeah, it does need an iron quite desperately. Yeah, 16 count Ada, hand dyed. This is the colourway Gems Dreams, also by KLT Charting. I just think it stands out quite well. There we go. That's more the pictures, the colour. So it's nice pinks and blues. And that. I stitched on this. That took 2 sessions to finish, and I pulled that out for Myth and Magic Stitch Wars because I've got cat hair everywhere. Yeah, pulled it out for Myth and Magic Stitch Wars because it's nice block colours, so it's easy to stitch. Now my other finish is also a new start, and it's only a tiny little thing, and it is I'll take all the Floss things out. This cute little mini cross stitch from Hobbycraft, and I got gifted this by Natalie. Love it, live it, make it yours on FlossTube and Instagram. So I got given that by her. It was just a quick little stitch, and that is my finish. I don't know if you can see that very well. There we go. So it's got French knots, although one of them seems to be little French knots, back stitch. It was a cute little thing, and I've done this mostly because I've had it in my bag for a while, and I started stitching it at the beginning of September because I was waiting for Dara. Dara had his tooth extracted, or part of it. He cracked his tooth a couple of years ago, and it was down to the root, and he was in a lot of pain with it. He's been in pain with it for a while, and he's finally had enough. And we went to the dentist, and he had it extracted. I obviously wasn't allowed in with him because of the COVID regulations, so I sat out in the car, wondered what I could do, realised that I had this little kit in my bag, so I started this at the beginning of September, and it also ties in quite well for Seasons of Smalls, run by Mislaid Pages and Rachel Ray here on Instagram and FlossTube. So I will be sending that in for that. So that's a nice little, it was a quick finish. So I started that at the beginning of September, and then on Saturday, while it was the final day of cat sitting, Tink decided, that's the cat's name, Tink, decided that she was going to sit on my lap, and I couldn't stitch on the stocking without moving her. I moved her twice, and she kept getting back on my lap, and I was just getting infuriated with her, so I thought, fine. So I couldn't stitch my big project, I couldn't stitch the stocking, so I pulled that out and finished that. It didn't take me too long at all. So yes, I will be sending that off to Mislaid Pages and Rachel Ray for the Seasons of Smalls, which is basically stitching something that's, they advise under 50 by 50 stitches. You can do over that if you want, and if you email your finished picture to an email which I can't remember, but I'll link it in the, I'll put it in the box below, you get put into a prize draw to win a couple of gift vouchers to their Etsy shops. I thought, well, I wasn't going to enter it, but seeing that I finished that, I might as well put my name in the hat, sort of thing. So those were my two finishes. I had two new starts. One of them you've just seen as a finish, and the other one, oh, moving into new starts. So one new start was the mini sausage dog, and the other one was started, it was a clan new start in Myth and Magic Stitch Wars. Obviously I'm a hunter, which I've said previously. This September and October is slightly different to the normal rounds. So normally it's clan versus clans. You fight for, you stitch a certain amount for ingredients, and those ingredients can be used to put into either attack spells or rejuvenating spells. And normally the round starts on the 1st of the month. We've had, I think, about 8 or 9 rounds so far. And they've decided, the overlords that run the group decided that they needed a bit of a change, a bit of a break from back-to-back rounds. So in September and October is what's called the tour. So a map has been created of all the clans around Stitchovia. I think that's the name of this imaginary place where all the clans live. And we have to stitch 500 stitches to get from camp to camp. So Kim, our leader, our clan leader of the hunters, who is also Kim from Coyote Charting, has adapted one of her charts, one of her in this house charts, to in this clan. I'm not going to show you the whole picture, mostly because it's just the chart and I don't want to give too much away on this, but I will show you what I have done so far. And I think there is 3 or 4 of us stitching this at the moment. We've all sort of started in our own places, so there's all different bits of it going around. So this is my progress so far. So we love gifts, and E Impala is our B. I don't know if you can see that, but it's in green 699 and the grey is 415. This is stitched on 18 count hand-dyed fabric called Kerry's Eye, and it's by Coyote Charting. I've had this in my stash for a while. I actually brought this fabric for the original version of this chart. So in this house we do supernatural. So when Kim tweaked this chart for in this clan, I knew that I was going to use this fabric. It's just lovely oranges. That is my progress on in this clan. I'm not taking anything out of the Q stuffs today. So they were my new starts. We will move on to whips. I worked on 5 things, 5 projects in the last 5 weeks. 3 of them you've just seen, so the mini sausage dog, the kaleidoscope bee, and in this clan. The other 2 projects that I have worked on were Nikki's stocking, which I will show you a picture of here. The last time you saw it, I had a little bit of this black done and the top of this. I have since filled in the rest of this snow globe, filled in a little bit more of this one, and I've completely stitched all of that. So this is stitched on 16 count white Ada that I got in the charity shop. There is a lot, and I mean a lot, of 1/4 and 3/4 stitches in this. Ignore that, that's being picked out. So all of those are 3/4 stitches, 3/4 stitches. They're just all over this chart. So I really do wish that I'd done it on even weave, because it would have made those 3/4 and the 1/4 stitches a lot easier. And I sort of knew that when I first started. I went, oh, I should do this on even weave. But there's me being stubborn, going, no, I like Ada, I'm going to do that. So that is my progress on there. I wanted this done by the end of September. I've been saying that for months. I want it done by the end of the month. I want it done by the end of the month. It's not getting done. But this goes down a little bit more, but this is the last snow globe down here. And I've got this snow globe. Yeah, there we go. So I've only got this little snow globe left, and then these little animals down here, and then I've got to go back and backstitch the whole lot. I started backstitching as I went up here, because that one's completely backstitched. This one's almost backstitched except for a little bit back here, and he needs some French knots as eyes. I've got to finish the stitching in here, the stitching in here, and that. So will I get it done by the end of September? Oh hell no. No. Will I get it done by the end of October? I really, really hope so. There is no way that I can do the other Nikki stocking. But I might see if I can find like a mini stocking and just do a couple of other things for her. Hopefully she won't be too annoyed with that. But there's not a lot that I can do apart from quit my job and do it 24/7. I love my job, I'm not doing that. Sorry, I'm still on my work emails as well. I am on lunch. But if you close everything, because we're on a hosted, if you close everything, it can take a while to load back up. Anyway. My 5th and final project that I have worked on is the hot air balloon SAL by, you would have thought I prepared this all beforehand. No. By KLT Charting. The last time you saw it, I had, that's the truck outside. I had 7 well, I had 8 fully stitched, but the last one was covered up because I couldn't show you because it hadn't yet been released. 9 have now been released. The next one is being released a week, Wednesday. So the 30th of September is the day of the last release. And this is my progress. The last one's gonna go here, and then that's it. It's done, it's over. I think my all-time favourite one is this one, mostly because of that variegated thread. It looks like mermaid scales. So, absolutely love this. And I'm gonna be sad when it's over, because I have really enjoyed stitching this. This is on 18 count Ada in the colourway Going Fishing by KLT Charting. There. The top row are all in DMC variations and the bottom row are all in DMC Colorist. So, the last one will be done this weekend, and then the next time I do a video, this will be a finish. Yay! So, what Kim normally does with the SALs is, once the final part has been released, she'll then retire the chart for a year, so it won't be available until October next year. So if you want it, you're going to have to get it soon, otherwise you've got to wait a year. And it is, I love stitching this, I absolutely love stitching it, so go get it. That is all my projects that I have worked on. I will, because I've been keeping track of how many days I've been stitching, and I've got a tracker up on Excel. So I'll just give you a few stats for August. So in August, out of the 31 days in the month, I only stitched 22 days, which is a little bit upsetting. Sometimes life gets in the way. I had one new start, which was the Sunrise Laguna Mermaid, which I showed in my last video. I haven't worked on her at all. I had no finishes in August, and I worked on 4 projects, which was the Kaleidoscope Bee, the hot air balloons, the snow globe stocking, and the Sunrise Laguna Mermaid. So when September has finished, I will give you the stats for September. I'm going to see if I can try doing my start stitches and then my end stitches to see how many stitches I get done in the month. I am only doing those on charts that are compatible with Pattern Keeper. I am not manually counting the ones not on Pattern Keeper, because that's just gonna, it just takes up too much time that I could be stitching. So my projects now, how many have I got? I have 16. Is that right? Have I got 16 whips? Yeah, I have 16 whips, which I really want to cut down. I've been saying that for months. So let us move into plans, and then I'll do haul. Although part of plans merges in with haul, but that's fine. So plans. I am waiting for my fabric and embellishment pack to turn up from Under the Sea Fabrics for the Dark Queen of the Sea SAL by Autumn Lane Stitchery, which I am super excited to start. I ordered those on the 1st of September and I got a dispatched email last Thursday. So in less than 3 weeks the fabric has been dispatched, which is brilliant. It's obviously not yet arrived. It's coming from America. But at the moment the post doesn't seem too bad. So I'm hoping that I will get it either this week or next week. If I get it this week, I'm going to start it Sunday on my birthday. So fingers crossed it arrives this week. I'm so excited to start this one. So many people are doing it. Jen, Not Cross Jen's doing it. Nadine's doing it, who's Nad's X Stitch. Charlotte, the Woolly Hat Stitcher's doing it. Our friend Sheila. There's just so many people doing it. And the first part has been released. It's been going around, so I will put it up here. And it's 3 adorable little fish. So I'm really looking forward to starting that and receiving my fabric. I brought 32 count Lugana even weave, so it's going to be my biggest project to date on even weave. So let's hope it goes well. So obviously that's not here, so I can't show you, but that's one plan. I do need to start stitching this Dimensions kit for Gemma for Christmas, because it needs to be turned into a cushion for her. So that needs to get started. I was going to wait until I'd finished Nikki's stocking, but I don't think that's going to be plausible. I might start this and start doing it as like a lunchtime stitch, or a 30-minute a day, so I just do a little bit on it. I will be doing that on just plain white 16 count Ada. This was gifted to me by the lovely Jo, who is a local stitcher to me, and she gave this to me at the retreat in February. So, love it. Thank you so much. Then I mentioned before, birthday is on Sunday. I'm going to be 29. And I want to do a birthday SAL. So this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I am going to be stitching something that means something to me, that relates to me. And what better thing to do than something that relates to shoes, to high heels. So I was looking at different charts online, and nothing really spoke to me. I did enter a giveaway on a fellow Floss tuber made by Michelle McGraw, and I won. So I am very thankful, and she sent that a couple of weeks ago. It's coming from America. It arrived last week. I'm very, very, very thankful for her, and she messaged me. Obviously I messaged her with my address, chatted a little bit, and she said, happy stitching, my friend. I'm not going to lie, I fangirled a little bit and squealed because she said that she was my friend. Yeah, so if you're watching this, Michelle, I'm not a weirdo, I swear. I am a weirdo, it's fine. So yes, let's show the chart that I won. Isn't actually in there. It is this. It is called Halloween Shoes. And it's designed by Pippin Studio. I mean, look at all the different funky shoes. I was meant to win this. So it's all, I'm not going to show you the chart, but it's full crosses, no back stitch. As far as I'm aware. Yeah, just full cross. Simple colours, perfect block stitches. And what does it say? It says, there you go. If you do it on 14 count Ada, it will be 8 by 8 inches. If you do it on 18 count, it will be 6 by 6. So a nice little quick chart. So I will be doing that for my birthday SAL. I've yet to come up with a hashtag, but I will post more details up on Instagram and think of a hashtag that we can all use. So come and join in. It is open to everybody. I'm not gonna say it has to be shoes or high heels. It could be anything. It could be one of the Mirabilias that has some shoes. It could be any lady. It could be anything that relates to it. It could be horses because they wear horseshoes. You know, it's use your imagination. Anything you want to do. But that is what I will be doing this weekend. That will be started probably Friday, and then if the Dark Queen of the Seas SAL fabric comes in, I'll start that on Sunday, but we'll go back to my shoes. That leads me into haul. So one part of it. The next bit is I purchased my first Bella Fiddler-Pina, and I saw this on Facebook and I just knew, I just saw it and I went, yeah, no, I have to stitch that, I have to stitch that. And it is, I can't pronounce this, sorry about the glare. It's the Deity of the Moon. and I saw this and it just instantly reminded me of my grandma. She loved purple and the teals, and she was into astrology and the star signs. She believed in the afterlife. She believed in psychics and all of that, and it just the whole picture just reminds me of her, the beauty and that, and the fact that she's got wings, because my grandma, she passed away 10 years ago because of cancer. Hashtag cancer sucks. Hashtag cancer eat a bag of dicks. And the fact that she's got wings, just everything on this just reminds me of my grandma. So I am going to stitch this in her memory. So I brought that from Arts and Design, and I also brought the Krennic, or some of it that goes with that. I just need to find the perfect fabric to go with it. I know that Charlotte, the woolly hatted stitcher, I saw a comment on Facebook that she has this one fully kitted up, ready to start. So I might message her. We've never spoken, and she's probably going to think I'm a right weirdo for messaging her, but I'm going to see if I can message her and see what fabric she's using, and maybe just get a couple of hints from her. So, first Bella. We'll wait and see when I start that one. No plans, just I had to get it. I have got some fabric from Kim, KOT Charting. This is Hocus Pocus in 32 count even weave. Lovely greens and purples. Now, something very exciting has happened recently with Kim, and when I mean recently, like a couple of days ago. Kim put out a video. She did a Facebook Live and she announced her brand new product, which she is now doing hand dyed threads. I'm so excited. So she has now released them, and it is I think the plan is that she's got 15 or 20 colours in her hand-dyed fabric range, and she is going to be doing the full range of her hand-dyed fabrics as threads as well. So she's released 5 at the moment, with more coming out as soon as she gets the thread stock in, so she can dye them. But I'm so excited because I have some. So these are the first 5 that she's released. The first one is Pompey Tides. It's a beautiful variegated blue. I can't wait to start stitching with these. The next one is Smoky Rose, which is pinks and greys. The third one is Bring Me Sunshine. You can see the variegation, but it's different shades of yellow. Number 4 is my personal favourite, Candy Crush. I mean, just look at those colours. Pinks, greens, yellows. It's just beautiful. And then the 5th one is Rum and Raisin, a lovely neutral of browns. So, there is a plan of what I'm going to do with these, but it won't be started, probably not in the next 2 weeks. Yeah, I'll have to wait and see. I also need to figure out how I'm going to store these. Plan is to probably get to hole punch a hole and then have them on a hoop, a ring. So that is the plan for those. As soon as she releases the other ones, I will be buying them. What else have I got? Oh, yes. I've got this is Sea Mist. This is 28 count sparkly even weave, 13 by 18, and it is June's limited edition, which is greys and greens. I don't normally do 28 count, but I just saw this and I went, no, I must have that. It's beautiful greens and greys. More green in real life than grey. It's just lovely. So, had to have that. I brought some 18 count easy count. So I got, the plan for this was originally to do a Heaven and Earth mini, but then everything's happened with Heaven and Earth and the colour changes and the colour problems, so I don't know whether or not I am going to use that for this. I can fit, so this fabric I can fit 3 different, or will fit 3 different projects. So I can either do the Epic Pokemon, a Balrog from Lord of the Rings, which I have the PDF for, or the Heaven and Earth chart that I wanted to do. I've yet to decide what I want to do with it, but with no new starts planned for that, I want to get more, I want to get Dominic done more. I brought some Pole Stitches fabric, 32 count, called Raindrops. This is my first, sorry about the rustling, 32 count, well, it's just my first Pole Stitches fabric. It's not that dark in real life. It's more subtle than that. I mean, you can see it, but it's not that vibrant. So, there we go, it's more like that. So, I did originally have a plan for this. but I think I've changed my mind now. So we'll wait and see. I brought some 32 count Murano easy count. This is huge. This piece is absolutely huge. It's 100 by 70 centimeters. That is half of it. It then doubles up again. Yeah. It's huge. This I want to do the Fairy Tale Cottage by the Cross Stitch Studio. That is why I originally brought this. It will fit on this with having spare, I'm sure. No, that is the size of the Fairy Tale Cottage. It is going to be huge, and that is going to be stitched either 1/1 full cross or 2/1 tent. This chart is massive and it needs massive fabric. And then I also brought some 28 count even weave, easy grid, and that one, let me just, my very handy spreadsheet. I am going to be stitching this Day at the Creek. Day at the Creek I don't think I've shown you before, but it is a beautiful picture of a horse and her foal. I will load up a picture. I will put up a picture here. And it is by I Paint with Needles on Etsy. But after the whole hoo-ha of Heaven and Earth and the fact that I put in some charts onto Pattern Keeper and the mock-up came back and it just didn't look right, and I wouldn't be happy spending all that time, all that effort stitching this for it to not come out the way that I want to, that I'd want it to. So I looked around and I found this chart and I fell in love with it. And I was just like, so I messaged the seller and I said, does this work on Pattern Keeper? Because I'm not doing a project this big not on Pattern Keeper. She got back almost instantly. Yes, it's compatible with Pattern Keeper. You may need to input a couple of the numbers, but it should work on Pattern Keeper. So I thought, perfect. Brought this chart. That's the chair. I do apologise. Brought this chart and imported it into Pattern Keeper. None of the colours were on there. All the symbols were imported, but none of the colours. So I spent probably about half an hour going through and importing and just like matching up the colours to the symbols. Yeah. And once you'd matched up a colour, once you'd input the colour, you could see more of the chart coming to life. And I loved that. Absolutely loved that. And as you're putting the colours in, you're thinking, oh, is that right? Is that right? You're double checking yourself. And that there was one part that I put in grey and it was for some of the tree, and I was just like, okay, well, we'll wait and see. But after I'd imported it all, it looked fine. I know it is just a mock-up on Pattern Keeper, but it looks better than the mock-ups of the Heaven and Earth charts. So that is what I brought the 28 count even weave for. that was the only size that I could get. I wasn't going to buy it that big, but that was the only chart that I could get. That was the only size that I could get. But it does mean that I can do 2 charts on there. So I will measure, cut the fabric, and then I'll have that spare. So, again, no plan to start it anytime soon, but that's what I want to do. Then the only other things that I've purchased, it's almost coming to the end, don't worry, are these book sleeves. Now I've seen a lot of people buying book sleeves to have their projects in, and I thought I'll give it a go. The place that everyone gets them from is in America, and the shipping is horrendous. So I thought, no, I'm not gonna pay the shipping for that. So I went on Etsy and I found some that are based in the UK. So the first one I purchased was from Mother Made It 13 on Etsy, and how could I not get this? It's the Lion King. It is a little bit small, but I think it'll be fine for a small project. And what I like about this is it's got a popper, so if I accidentally pick it up from the bottom, it's not all going to come falling out. So that is that. I mean, it's Lion King. I had to get it. Absolutely had to get it. And Scar approves. So that was the first one. I will link her Etsy below, because I ordered it and it arrived next day. And the same with this one. So this one is slightly bigger, and it's made by Needles Riddles. There we go. She's on Etsy, and it's pirates. So skulls. How can I not with pirates? Because if you've watched me for a while, you would have seen that I used to do these floss tube videos with a huge Pirates of the Caribbean flag behind my head. So, and this one has a popper, and it is bigger, so I can probably put a bigger project in there. And what I absolutely love about this is that it has a pocket at the front for like maybe your chart or something. I mean, my Bella would fit in that. Easy. Fit in the front pocket. I think she'll even fit in this Lion King one. Yeah. So perfect. I will be buying these again. So Mother Made It and Needle Riddles. So highly recommend those. Came really, really quickly. So those are everything, I believe. So there's me saying I really want this to be a quick video, and we're currently at an hour, so I do apologise for waffling on so much. I hope everyone is keeping well, staying safe. I'm hoping to come back now that I'm back home, get back into a regular routine. I do want to start doing videos regularly every 2 weeks. So the next video should hopefully be on the 5th of October. We shall wait and see. So I hope everyone is keeping safe and well. If you like this video, please thumbs up, subscribe, and I will hopefully see you in a couple of weeks. Thanks for watching. Bye.